A very wonderful morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. I'm George Onyebe, and of course, this very fateful day. Let's conclude this series regarding the Igbo, because we have a lot of work to do. These people are so desperate, so mischievous. They never satisfy. Greed and arrogance becomes the order of the day, and ultimately, they upset the balance. And in time past, their shenanigans may be ignored. But believe me, for any ethnic group in the concept or idea of one Nigeria who ignore them, your people will regret it because they have no value. And for some reason, we do not have any intention to generalize it in a time like this. We specifically want to make our position clear. I tried by explaining the different kind of Igbo that we have. And so when you are having dealings with them, you have to be careful because they cannot be trusted. We'll try to look at the sub-Igbo group, Ndowa Liliri. We looked at the Wawawa, the slave, the Osu Igbo. We'll try to look at the kind of Soludo Igbo. And of course, under these areas we have reviewed, there are other kind of Igbo under them. But they are not of any concern to us because they face the same threat of cultural genocide. In fact, they have been culturally murdered. They're no longer alive. But we, the supposed sub-Igbo, we are the verge of extinction culturally. Because now we don't even know our language again. When I speak Eka language, they will say, oh, it's Igbo dialect. When you speak Ikuri language, they say, oh, it's Igbo dialect. And they progress from there to, oh, Ikuri land is Igbo land. And some of them even threaten me. They will chase me from Agbo. Eventually, when President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, Yoruba man, gives our land to Igbo people, because one of my brother, Ned Nwoku, want to be governor of our people under the slave ship of Ndi Igbo. And so, before we got to that point, we should begin to point out things you need to know, so you will not be surprised. These people were overlooked before now, and look at the problem we are facing in Nigeria. This same group of people refuse to learn, and they will plunge us into another problem or crisis in the nearest future. It does not matter how you see it, but these are prophetic declarations. Mark our words. Let's go back to the foundation of Nigeria. Everything was going on well. Everybody was moving along. Nations in the midst of nations amalgamated in 1914 in Nigeria. We become Nigeria. These are nations. The Bibio, the Efik, the Anan came. The Nupe, the Gwari, the Idoma, the TV, the Egala, everybody came. The Oyon, the Esako, the Ekoma, the Awuchi, the Anyoma Osimili, Ndokwa, everybody came. Too numerous nations to mention. Everybody made their submission. Everybody had something to offer. You could hear about people like Enahoro. You could hear about people like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, Bode Thomas and the rest of them. So numerous to mention. Ahmadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa, Habat Ikuku, Habat Macaulay, Muritola Muhammad. From across board, Nigerians came together. One mind, one spirit, one mission, and one nation to build. But you did not notice this Igbo Biafra. You did not notice them. They took over the position that is meant for Igbo people. Though Ahmadu Bello discovered who they were on time, but he was killed before he could say anything. Because you know, in one of the press interview he granted to BBC, and he said, if I can paraphrase him perfectly, the Igbos are kind of people that when you leave them in a laborer camp, they will try to emerge as a leader. They don't just try to emerge as a leader because they know it best. By every means necessary. They will betray everybody. They will do everything to become leader. And he vowed that as far as they are concerned, they will not allow any Igbo person to handle any affair. The evidence was there. We were too shy to speak up. Nobody said anything. And just like Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello predicted, it did happen. The Igbos actually took over. This Igbo Biafra took over every government parasitator. They become the head of everything. They conquered everybody. They subdued everybody. But then, as always, they upset the balance. Their being in charge is not enough for them. But they must control everybody. They have this mentality and ideology. Wherever you reach, take over. Wherever the sole of your feet shall touch, possess it. But we all know this thing. And some of these reasons are why even many Christians are having problems. Today, there are few people who can lease their property to the church. I'm a Christian. Listen very carefully. So if you think you are Igbo, think again. Today, there are very few people who can lend their property, lease their property to the church. Do you know why? Because the moment the church appear, you begin to hear, wherever the sole of your feet will touch, they will possess. They will begin to say, Lord, give us this land. We have inherited this land. I rent my property to you. You want to inherit it? And many landlords are scared. Only very few of them. And this is the same mentality this toxic Igbo Biafra use. Wherever they enter, they feel they will possess. Wherever they enter, they feel they must occupy, they must dominate. And with this mentality, they stroke. There were 8 representatives, or about 10 of them representing Nigeria on that platter of gold. Let's say Aso Rock. All of them were unalived. And then you go to the north, to the west. Maybe they have about 10 or still thereabout. All of them was unalived. But about 40 was representing the Igbo on that affair. None of them were killed. And like somebody like Enahuru, who represents the Midwestern region, he was destroyed, betrayed, backstabbed, and the Igbo Biafra took the center stage. Outside Ahmadu Bello, people like the Ambazonia or the Southern Cameroon today has felt the venom of this Igbo Biafra. Under the Minority Report, a lot of people begin to complain. They capped Nigerian and gave to Cameroon, but it's okay. After all, that is not the original boundary. But these Igbo Biafra people suppressed them. Only God saved them. And then moving away from the Anglophone of the Francophone Cameroon, you come back to the old Eastern region. Every other ethnic group there, their life was practically taken from them. And so, in the event of the Nigerian Biafra War, it was easy for them to thank God. They remained grateful to God. You can imagine a region you claim for yourself, broke under your watch. The people revolted against you. River State and Cross River State were stimonaciously side by side created. And all of them thank God that Yakubu Gowon saved them. And then my region, as a Midwestern region, was under occupation. And now somebody like Isaac Adakaboro stood up and said, you can't be drilling the oil in Olobiri and using it to develop Enugu. Whereas my people live in shanty. They live in wild slums. Till tomorrow morning is still the same anyway. You can't do this. Some of this money you are using to develop Enugu, please come and develop my place. They said no. They never listened to him. He's minority. They call him a bluff. The guy organized his kingsmen under the Ijaw nation, because Nigeria is a nation of nations amalgamated in 1914. He and his brother, his kingsmen, bore arm against the Nigerian state. Not exactly the Nigerian state, the eastern region. And he was suppressed. He died. But now, everything we supposed minority have complained about Nigeria, it's what they are coming back to do. But who will ask them? They will always rally as Wazobia. But get it clear, Wazobia is not my problem now. Because the last time I checked, no Yoruba want to claim me. No Hausa want to claim me. It is Igbo that want to claim me. But I have discovered that not all of them love us. And not all of them want to claim us. So we are pointing out the one that want to claim us, so that you know. Because they will swallow us and they will vomit us. And people will not understand. When you talk about the Biafra war, it looks like Nigerians are horrible. We should stone Buhari. Let us stone Yakubu Gowon. IBB need to be destroyed. It's a genocide. But nobody takes time to tell you what happened. We are feeling it now. And that is why we are recounting everything that has happened in time past. And so these Igbo Biafra people, since that war, Nigerians fear themselves. When we are talking, I know a man who likes me so much. It just happened. We start having conversation. He was telling me so many things he should not have told me. And one day, he said something to me and looked at me. He's a high-profile individual. He said, where are you from? And the moment I say I'm from Delta State, he said, which side? I say Agbo. But I know the feeling. Because he wanted to make sure he was not talking to Igbo Biafra man. Now, coming back to the real way, the characteristics of Igbo Biafra. why we will not leave them. They are betrayers. They are toxic people. They are evil genius. Their energy to do bad has no limit. When you see anybody around your community, the entire world, you see anybody that can come out and tell you, I am Igbo Biafra, know that you are not safe. Look at the number of insecurity going on in the southeast that is supposed to be Igbo land. Supposedly. You will see the kind of crime they commit. It's unimaginable. We can't figure out how they reason. It looks as if they are heartless. I was going through their profile this morning. I was seeing vigilante. These are supposed to be Igbo people. These people want to kidnap one hotel man. These people want to rape this pregnant woman. These people want to... I was trying to figure it out. How can these people have mind to do these things? Even to their own people. I'm coming. And then it flashed across my mind that this is the reason it's possible. A people who have baby factory, who know the product that is answering Igbo today. Igbo have problem to solve, but let them be playing with it. These Igbo Biafra people are people who go to people's community. They will rent a flat. And when they rent the flat, they will bring in their sisters, their relatives. They will hire them, keep them in the house. Start pregnanting them. It doesn't matter. They can use them for low show, skin to skin. They start pregnanting them. Do you know there are some people who sell baby in Nigeria? In Nigeria now, some people sell baby. This is not to bad market Nigeria. This is the truth. I can assure you that almost 99.9% of orphanage homes are into child selling. I don't call it trafficking. They sell baby. They now sell baby. The same way you buy tomato, toothpaste, Nigeria now sell baby, courtesy of Igbo Biafra. They own baby factory. And when you go and buy somebody you don't know how it came about, somebody who is not even your blood, because you want to make money, you are tampering with the creation of God. What do you expect? And now, it's obvious why most of them are very heartless. Because when they discover that they are baby factory, they have nothing to gain and nothing to lose. He that is down. So you see this Igbo Biafra, 99.9% of them are baby factory products. They don't know their father. They don't know their mother. Little wonder most of them don't respect their father and their mother. This Igbo Biafra, avoid them. This Igbo Biafra, as I tell you, they are very desperate to get power. Let's look at Nigeria. Every day they come out. Igbo must rule, Igbo president, Igbo president. Every day Igbo must rule, Igbo must rule. They will upset the balance. But I think for a very long time, this is a wish that will never be granted. Meanwhile, the same group of people are trying to divide Nigeria. We want to go, we want to go. Only my state, only my community, my tribe's land is bigger than the entire Southeast. They don't tell you about that because we are not making noise. And so a people who some refer them as owners of 5 plots are the one crying, leave us, leave us. Their land is barren. They chop kola nut, but kola nut cannot grow in their land. All the food they brag, it belongs to them, don't grow in their land. Yes, they did contribute their quota to the nation at the peak of its creation because we were having coal from Enugu. I give it to them. But who is using coal now? They are landlocked. And some leaders call them dots. But the point is, how can these people now be mesmerizing everybody? Agbo people and Yoma people will be the last that they will tamper with. And so people who their land will not even contain because of baby factory, burning like chicken, burning everywhere. They are everywhere all over the world. To them, it's a pride. Population without control. It leads to ultimately unimaginable poverty. If China, Japan, Indians could not control their population, they will not get there. But these Igbo Biafra people are not trying to control their population. They are just trying to create element of destruction. They say they learned it from the Hausa. The Hausa is having Alamajiri people to use them to fight war. So they are everywhere. If you ask them now, return to your state. Even the entire state in the southeast will not be enough to dig toilet for them. Where would they shit? Where would they poo? Not to talk of where to bathe or where to sleep. And unfortunately, some of them can't even come back home because of unknown gunmen. The product of baby factory. But yet you see them, give us Nigeria, we want to go, we want to go. They know this truth. That is why they are in your community, creating their own king. They can never be satisfied. They will never be satisfied. These are the Igbo Biafra. Avoid them. You can allow them to organize themselves in your community. So when something goes wrong, you hold them responsible. Don't let them create king or chief in your place. No sub-chief. If you allow them, we may not be here. When your descendants will be crying over what they will say. It is not our one Nigeria. Just look at Nigeria. A country with over 1,000 ethnic groups. Everybody mind their lane, respect themselves. But this Igbo Biafra, disgracing their own kind. And unfortunately, they want me to believe that I am Igbo because of the similarity in culture. But thank God, with my value as an Igbo man, I stand out because where I come from, we use money. Money don't use us. And so when you see any Nigerian person that is carrying cocaine, hard drug, watch them closely. They are Igbo Biafra. Ignore them at your own peril. Any problem you see from kidnapping, any problem you see in this Nigeria, without Igbo Biafra man, it's not going to happen. The propaganda, the lying, the deceit is Igbo Biafra. But ultimately, they are the one who will come back and start crying. Oh, Fulani headsmen are killing us, Nigeria hate us, they are marginalizing us. Imagine another kind of Igbo Biafra, the Professor Soludo. I have been saying this thing since 2018. I've been telling fellow Nigerians that yes, there are incidents of herders and farmer crisis going on across the nation. Though they may have interior motive, they may have hidden agenda, but the end will justify the means. But that having been said, I told Nigerians, I say, see, all this issue of unknown gunmen, or issues of Fulani headsmen, I say it's not Fulani headsmen. Because as the IPOB African rep, I have received information and evidence of the heinous crime committed by these Igbo Biafra people against their fellow Igbo. Where is Obase? And unfortunately, those of them who try to say the truth, people like Akowara, they disappeared till today. But they say, oh, he hating Igbo, he hating Igbo. But a sitting governor, having been in office for 3 years, in confidential, told these people, his kingsmen, and say, truth be told, 99.9% of the propaganda and the lies we hear about Fulani headsmen, it's a lie. All of them are Igbo people. He's afraid. He would have said it's Igbo Biafra. Professor Soludo is afraid. He would have said it's Igbo Biafra. By now, they would have chased him out of Anambra. Because most of them, they don't have brain. They don't reason. They are not normal. They take drug. You can't predict what they will do. But whatever they do, their madness is only sustained in their region. Because we know how to handle them. You know, there were times they say, we will kill you if you catch you. If you try it, and one person cross River Niger and enter your supposed southeast, you will know people like us never exist. Try and kill another tribe, the way you are killing your people. But he's afraid. He just say, oh, one day, bang. I can go on and tell you how they rape little children, how they go and betray their people overseas, how everything to them is about money. Just drop a problem we are facing if it's not Igbo Biafra people. And today, they are trying to create a state for me. And I have to beg President Ahmed Bola Tinubu once again. It will go down in history that the Yoruba people sell Anyoma to Igbo people, which may not be the right phrase to use. Yes, Ahmed Bola Tinubu want to repair Nigeria. Let him repair it. A time will come, we will call all of you out. We don't have way to speak, but somewhere along the line, we will know how to act. Our monarchs can choose to keep quiet. They will be the one who will wail when the time comes. They may choose to ignore our warning, but that throne will be taken from their children. And those of you who think you are politicians, go and marry to Hausa, go and marry to Yoruba, Okowa, all of you, go and marry. Igbo people will not let them to come back, this Igbo Biafra. But you are not seeing it. And so in the creation of the new state, all of a sudden, this Igbo Biafra hijack it. It's unheard of. Create the state and dash in Igbo. Create it. Even our supposed brother, Nede Nwokoro, is begging Tinubu to create the state and give to another people. Who does that? It's like somebody who says American citizen is asking Donald Trump, please, I want you to carve out Texas and give it to Mexico. Or please, carve out Atlanta, Georgia and dash it to Canada. Who does that? No, who does that? And today, they are rejoicing. We, the Anyoma people, are not happy about that. We have never had conflict. But this will create that atmosphere for us as Anyoma to have conflict if we do not take our time. And so, being in a very confused and distracted position, we are still looking at what tomorrow will bring. But Igbo people, this Igbo Biafra, go and look at them, they're happy. Anyoma is a go, Anyoma is a go. But they don't know what they're calling for. We don't make promise we don't intend to keep. And we don't threaten people. When Nnamdi Kanu was doing what he was doing, he thought he's invincible. He thought he's everything. He's lucky Nigeria hold him. But let him come out. We are waiting for him. I think it's Igbo Biafra. Oh, we are Biafra. Let him come out. So these Igbo Biafra people are toxic. And to bring this broadcast to an end, each time we talk about Igbo, at this moment, check the time and date. I'm not trying to generalize it to the whole Igbo. I'm only calling out the Igbo Biafra. But if in your tiny mind you feel I'm generalizing it, my brother, do your worst. Our concern is the Igbo Biafra, the toxic Igbo. We have all of them in every ethnic group. But every other ethnic group have been able to curtail the excesses of these nonchalant individuals. But you promote them. You who say you are Igbo, you accommodate them. And yet you want to be like us. You are the most intelligent tribe. You are the richest tribe in Nigeria. You are the Alpha and Omega. You are everything. And we appreciate you. We love you for it. But now we are the poorest tribe. Why can't you allow us to be? Why don't you respect the balance of nature? Understanding that all of us cannot be rich. All of us cannot be educated. All of us cannot be intelligent. All of us cannot be healthy. All of us cannot be short. Neither could all of us be tall. No. Nature must balance itself. And that is why the Bible never say he encourage us to be perfect. Because when the world is perfect, there will be no development. There will be no advancement. So the Creator actually created an imperfect world, giving us the opportunity to perfect on the imperfection. And that is the beauty of life. So you enjoy your wealth. Leave us with our poverty. You enjoy with your brilliancy. Leave us with our idiocy. We have not complained. After all, the pig have never cried of being too dirty. The fish has never cried of being in the water for so long. Because we understand the balance of life. If you think you are Igbo, you love Igbo, you respect Igbo, please talk to your Igbo Biafra. Stop invading other people's privacy. Stop impersonating us. Stop distorting our history. Respect our position as a people. And we will stop this campaign the day we see more Igbo people coming to condemn the heinous crime of Igbo people against other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Be real like every other ethnic groups in Nigeria. I could go on and on and on. The list cannot be exhausted. But anywhere you see evil happening and you see those people are Nigeria, watch them very well. They are Igbo Biafra. And this having been said, I'll go to my comment section and then take one or two insults. But once again, don't forget, I've not started generalizing it. I am addressing Igbo Biafra, those unity beggars, those obedient movement who want to become coalition. You know they were articulation, Njoshi. They are my concern. But if you bring your body, we go scratch you. I'm George Onibe. Your doom and your destiny. I'll give you back what you give back to me. And this Igbo Biafra can lie? Let's go to the comment section because I see some of them already. By their comment, you know them. I see who is there. Is it Percy? He say you would have come out to do business. You would have come out to do business. I don't understand what you mean. And maybe you are Igbo Biafra. You know, you are the most intelligent tribe. You are the good one. You are this one. Life is not about coming out to do business. Look at Nigeria, for instance. It will amaze most of you that the most wealthiest people in Nigeria or tribe in Nigeria is Yoruba people. But then we were having a conversation, the wealthiest tribe. And one Hausa man was there. He said, yes, Yorubas are wealthy. But that Hausa people have very wealthy people. And he started giving instance. And for the first time, I may not come out and tell you that Yoruba people are the wealthiest in Nigeria. Because if you know the wealth of Yoruba people across the globe, you will shock. But we don't even know these people. We don't. How many of you have seen a $1 telling you money in water? How many of you have seen Mrs. Alakeja, the richest black woman, African woman? How many of you, all of them are Yoruba? But if it's Igbo, this Igbo Biafra, you will hear Odogun. But Odogun is not their language. Odogun is a Gala language. Igbo have claimed it. Igbo Biafra has claimed it. Oh, you see, they say Odogun. They don't know the meaning of Odogun. They just like how it sounds. This is a Gala language. Hey, DK, oh, hero. Have you seen Hausa do that? One of my younger brother went to Bangladesh. He actually went to buy gold. And when he came back, he was explaining to me how they function in Bangladesh. He said the places they bought this gold is mud house. He said you just enter mud house. The gold that will come out from that mud house, you will be shocked. He said those people, the community he went to in Bangladesh, they don't build brick house. They build mud house. He said that tire mud house is gold. Once you said they know the one you want, they bring the fashion, they steal the mud, bring out the gold and give to you. And so some people are very wealthy. They don't make noise. Look at that Igbo man now. He said, come and do business. Is it business to take my younger sisters to Ghana to be doing prostitute? Or have you not seen almost a whole family? Their brother took them to Ghana to be doing prostitute. 16, 13 Igbo Biafra people. Is that the business you want me to do? Do you know that almost 80% of all the drugs in the market today are fake drug, courtesy of Igbo Biafra? Oh, fortunately for us, one Igbo woman stood up to condemn the activities of the Igbo Biafra. What happened to Dora Kochinyere? I'm sure you have not forgotten the NAFDAC woman. So which business do you want me to do? Fake drug, human trafficking, drug trafficking, organ trafficking? Go and rest. Go and rest. And who is this one? Another Igbo Biafra. Look at it. He said auto. And for those of you who don't understand what auto is, he is calling me woman private parts. These are the things that we can't even mention. Where I come from, you can't even mention it. Many you don't mention some things, except you have to say something very meaningful. And somebody is calling me auto, and you are Igbo, you are happy. I am auto. These are words we cannot use anyhow. Auto. They are clapping for you. Your fellow Igbo Biafra are clapping for you. It's a shame. And I see different Blackie here. He say, good morning, George Unibe, sir. Well, thank you for coming on this live broadcast today. Thank you, different Blackie. Other Nigerians don't know what we are facing as Midwestern region. And they cannot bother to put themselves in our position. They just feel that since we have accepted this, it's the best thing for us. That is why they want to go ahead. Look at this creation of state now. We have seen the game behind it, which Tinubu is not aware of. That is the same way Igbo Biafra man Dr. Alex Ekwueme manipulated Abacha to call us South. Today, Igbo people are mocking us that there is nothing like Joe region or Joe region known as South. But it is the handwork of Igbo man. It's a shame anyway. Let's take insult from Igbo Biafra because I love them. I love their insult. It helped me recharge my energy. I see Zubi, and he said, poor George, who know to be unemployed, hungry, and confused. That is another Igbo. That is how they mock everybody. They will tell you Awosas are Lamajiri, beggars. These Igbo people. They will tell you that their fellow Nigerians is Alamajiri. But that is their way of life. And in different ethnic groups, we have our way of life. If you go to the Jaw Axis, predominantly fishermen of the ancient time, you see them with short knickers, singlet, net, paroling on the water. Most of them are multi-millionaire. Now, that circle allows them to dress that way. You will not forget in a hurry that a carpenter dressed like a carpenter, a mechanic dressed like a mechanic, and then a doctor dressed like a doctor, and a lawyer dressed like a lawyer. You can imagine as a lawyer, you go to the law court with the doctor's gown. And I'm sure the magistrate or the judge is going to call you to order. And so we come from a tribe where we are contented. Yes, we are hungry. It's okay. This shows we are alive. After all, life must be balanced. Ejajenibe is hungry, he's unemployed, he's this one. But at least I am not desperate. I'll not go and sleep with my mother for money ritual. My professor, Charles Soludo, has he not stopped native doctor? You're so desperate to make money. You even sleep with your mother, sleep with your sister, just to make money. And there you are employed, I'm jobless. We are not the same. That is where you are having problem. My value is not your value. We will not allow you to corrupt our value. The richest tribe in the world. And then I see good luck. Good morning, good luck from here. I greet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Where at the Igbo Biafra, I love taking their destiny. I see Sam, he say, wow, I have learned from this video. Thank you, Sam. There is so many to learn. Just take time, go down all my videos. We expose them. My people say, they call me names, not because I've offended them. They are the true betrayer. They betray. You don't do anything with Igbo person. Once there is money, if you go with your life, you will suffer betrayal you may not recover from. We know this truth, and that is why we are still here today. No, ask yourself a question. When I work with them, Nnamdi Kanu, their leader, took me to a shrine to take an oath, not to betray them. But I told the oath that if they betray me, I will not leave them. Why did they not allow the Ibino Kwabi or Igwe Kale to destroy me? They want to destroy me. They poisoned me several times. God spared my life. To the extent that they came physically to my house and placed a bomb in my generator house to kill me. And narrowly, in fact, I escaped, not narrowly, by the mercies of God. And these are people who say, hey, Igbo, you gotta be Igbo. That is because I discovered they are low-life criminals. No, think about it. Who kills his parents to make money? You open your eye and sleep with your mother for money ritual. And then after you come out and display your miserable life on social media, you people are beasts. Because in the absence of rule and regulation, you are savage. That is why we protect our values. I see the one that called himself chief. He say, do not insult all Igbo who are what? Bear on your comment section. You are in. All of us are into same history. Both you, there are people who Portuguese used to conquer. Chief, the one I read first, because this one you are saying is cock and bull story. You don't know Igbo people so far, most especially this Igbo Biafra, they don't know where they come from. Some Igbo Biafra say they are Abraham children. So Igbo Biafra say they come from Equatorial Guinea. Some come from Ghana now. Some come from Jamaica now. And some come from Ijebu Igbo. It's Igbo people in the ocean. I know my history. You can't tell me your history. And for record purposes, my yesterday broadcast and this very broadcast is meant to make it clear to those progressive-minded Igbo, that type of Professor Charles Soludo is kind of Igbo, that I'm not generalizing it yet. But of course, you, Chief, you are Igbo Biafra, and you are among the people I'm talking of. Because no normal Igbo will come here to talk rubbish. They will only greet me and move on. Because they know I am their savior. I am the savior of Ndi Igbo. Go and mark my word, Onyoshi. Your madness was escalating. That virus was affecting everybody. Thank God you have people like Soludo and Hope Uzodinma who use their brain. And of course, David Umahi. It's a shame. Well, for now, many of the lunatic Igbo Biafra will drop their insult, and they say some Igbo people are doing Okite too. Understand, I have not come here to tell you that Igbo people are righteous people. We are not the richest tribe. We are not the most intelligent tribe. And in fact, nobody is infallible. But this is the truth. When you see Igbo person who do Okite, he better go to Igbo land where they do the Okite. We have charm, we have juju. We have juju. Let me give you a hint. There is a charm known as Idehi. Idehi was not entirely bad. But somewhere along the line, Igbo people, Ika people put a curse and say nobody should try this charm again. The Idehi enables one to live very long. And then there was a man, for some reason I will not mention his name. His house is around Baleke and Iregwa Street. A very wealthy man. He lived close to 200 years. His body was weak. He was dying. He did not know where he planted that Idehi. And his children started dying. His first son died almost at the age of 129 years. The second son, the same thing. All his children started dying. But the man's heart was still beating. They keep him on a chair. He was no longer alive, only surrounded by his dog. They couldn't kill him. All his children all of them are prosperous people. They are old. Great grand. They now consult the Igbo oracle and said, we know what is keeping this man alive. But it's useless now. We must save him because it has become a problem to him. And they consulted the oracle and know where he hid the Idehi. And that is when they brought the tree down. And the moment they put that thing on the ground, the man died. So if something that will make us live very long, we have to stop it for some reason. Is it Okite you think we are going to promote? Don't you see MF Ilemata? Go to Abo comment section. Go to Abo social media place and see what we are telling Emefiele. You will not see any Abo person supporting Emefiele. I think I'm the only person that is fair enough to him. By reminding the entire Nigeria that despite the fact we are not supporting Emefiele, they should also understand that Emefiele has not done what they have not done. All of them attacking Emefiele has committed war crime, including Tinubu. Did he give us account of Lagos? But Tinubu is doing to Emefiele what he's doing to Emefiele because Emefiele did not allow him to share Naira. So Tinubu got angry and shared dollar, which we are paying back today. But you will not see Abo person telling you, hey, you must leave Emefiele. You are marginalizing. We are not happy with him. We are not happy with him. And that is why we are calling people like Jim of Yando, Kobagbena, and the rest of them. This thing you are doing, pray it ends in your own time. So don't tell me Abo people do that. We are not like you. Everybody does that. You see Benin people, where you talk of Juju, leave them, and then they fly for daytime. Go and check the history of First Act 77. But if you reach Benin, you don't go even see who carry Otomokbo. You don't go see who carry Juju, they waka for head. When Benin person tell you, so Ogun kill you, you know what they tell you? If they invoke Ogun for you, you go fear your life. They are supposed to be ritualists. They are supposed to do this Juju. But look at them. Igbo person where they go Yoruba land, they go do Juju, now they can't do Okite. Okite, Yahoo native doctors. Rubbish. Where na Akutiwara, Kabia, Katiwara, Kondioshi? Where all of them? Ordinary Soludo, bench all of them. It's a shame. Let me bring the broadcast to an end. And Victoria, I greet you and all of you. We'll continue telling them the truth. Let them maintain their space. Make them respect themselves. Because nobody have monopoly over these things. But it's not hatred that drives us. It is a born desire to make sure that these people don't steal our heritage, culture, tradition, and will not compromise our value system. I'm George Onibe. Have a nice day.